Well, good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. I see there's a few eyeballs looking at us, so let's start with some introductions. This is my son, Ryan.
Hello.
Hello, hello. So Ryan is a good sport, and he agreed to join me tonight to show you guys that are maybe a bit nervous about trying cookie decorating that it's not so scary. Now, just to clarify, yes, he's the son of a cookie decorator, but he's not always decorating cookies. You haven't done it. You ate a lot of cookies.
Yeah. I've not done it like very often. So.
No, so he's really a beginner. No fooling, no fooling. So we'll see if he's just got it in his blood, if he's a natural. So let's see who's on tonight. Hello, Amy. Hello, hello, Jerry, Cynthia. I don't think that's hello, PCP, Fatima, hello, June, Candice, Rosangela, never heard that name, very nice. Margarita, Diane, hello, everyone, welcome. Oh, Hira, welcome. Teresa, hello, everyone. So welcome. As you saw, we're doing beginner cookies tonight. It's kind of to like, get some of your toes wet. People seem to be scared. They're very worried about making ugly cookies, but ugly cookies taste the same as the pretty ones, right?
They do.
They do. And once they're chewed up, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It's on the cookie.
That's it. So we're going to start with, I just am going to put my hands here in the stream, and I'm just going to start with the icing since we're talking about beginner things. The icing is probably the thing that most people struggle the most with. And so this is icing that's like kind of right out of the mixer. It's quite thick. Now this, I wouldn't even outline with this. It's too hard and you're just going to hurt your hand. It's a misconception that icing has to be super stiff to hold a line. And so this is the icing that I would it's still even a little bit thick to start. This is probably good to outline, but you'd probably have to add a bit more water. So my rule of thumb is if it heals in the bowl, it should react the same way on your cookie. And so I'm just adding a bit of water. And if you saw, I have a piping tip on my bottle, and that kind of helps me control how much water I dump in there. So Ryan, let's put you on the spot. How's it been being the son of the cookie lady at school?
Well, it was mostly in elementary school.
Why don't you
cookies and stuff?
Why don't you tell your story of what you do with the leftover cookies?
With the leftover cookies, at the end of the day, I'd sell them to the other kids in like the bus line. So I'd get like $2 per cookie, and I was a little businessman when I was younger.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see here now, I mixed it and it's healing quite well. So this will be good for the cookies. You see? If it heals in the bowl, usually that's what it's going to do on your cookie. It's pretty like, same thing. Jeremy, you like that story? So you never brought home any cookies. Yeah. There was rarely leftovers anyway, right? Yeah, when you'd hand them out for the birthdays and stuff.
Yeah.
So this here, this placemat is my hands, and then this placemat is Ryan's hands. Oh, here I have it identified even. So we're going to start, yes, you see here, Ryan is all about the numbers. He's made being a mom quite easy. He's usually on the honor roll, so. We're gonna start. You wanna grab a cookie? Here, I made tonight Ryan's favorite. Ryan loves chocolate cookies.
Yeah.
Those are the good ones. And I thought if you watch the prep video, I showed that we're going to do the outline with some sprinkles, and that's helpful for those of you that maybe again, are beginners, or maybe your hand shakes and your piping line isn't so nice and you don't love it. Here, Ryan, is a big tray for you. So what color do you want to start with?
White, no, for the outline.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can do any color because honestly, well, there's only one white. You want the white? You can
No,
have
you
the
can
white.
have the white. It's fine.
You can have it. I'll give it to you since you're the guest. Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
I'm in the same boat as you guys. I just watched the video, so.
Oh yeah, I made him watch the video so that he was at the same kind of. So usually when I cut the piping bag after, I'll test it on my paper towel, and I find that this hole is a bit small. So I'm going to flatten it again. So you see there's a seam there on the tipless bag. Oh, it's not the right hands. Let me switch to my hands. So I'm just flattening it, and then I'm just cutting a little hole. And in this case, we're not really doing a lot of detail. I don't know if you can even see here, but that's a pretty good line. And once that line is coated with sprinkles, it gets a bit bigger. So there you go.
So how thick should the line be?
Well, it's one pass. You know what I mean by one pass? Like one line. You can pipe on your board if you want. Here, you want a piece of paper towel?
Like that?
Yeah. So one pass, and then you're going to coat it. So here's a paper towel.
Okay.
So you can, you know, just do a one line all the way around. Did you watch the video?
I did watch the video. But...
So you're just outlining, and then we're going to cover that. If you don't, you know, we're going to cover it with sanding sugar, so it'll be beautiful.
No matter what.
Now don't hide your.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put your head. See, it's not that easy to pipe and show what you're doing. You're constantly piping at a wonky angle. Well, Lola, you can. You just have to try. The first time's the scary one, and then after that, it's like when you know the pool water's cold, you don't want to jump in. Then you get in, and you're like, "Oh, it's actually not so bad."
Call me Montreal Compaction.
Put the sanding sugar on, and it's going to look beautiful. That's the trick.
Okay.
That's the trick, Ryan. So you can, like I say, you can pour the bottle in the bin.
The whole bottle?
Well, you can dunk it. If you want, you can leave it in there. You know what I mean? Like if you pour.
How much do I put?
Like here, look, I'll show you what I mean. Here, let me do it here. So we're just going to put it in, and then we can dunk the cookies after. It'll be there. See, I'm just putting my hand because this bounces. But just fill it up like that, and then you'll be able to just dunk.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Like that?
Yeah, and then you can just pick up the cookie and kind of dip it in there.
Okay.
So let's see the magic happen. You might want to be a little bit, give it a little bit more of a squish in there. There.
A bit more? Is that
No,
good?
that looks good. Bring it up a little bit to show it there. You see? The sanding sugar made it look perfect. And you'll see actually these, watch out when you pick it up. This is a hole, okay? You'll see even the other sprinkles, the nonpareils, which are like little pearls, they even do more camouflage. So here, I'm going to do it.
So I should have taken those?
Well, the next one, you can try for the next one. So you see, I'm just going to touch down, and then I squeeze, and it makes basically a spaghetti that comes out. You rest your spaghetti down on the cookie. You steady your hand with the other hand so that you're shaking.
So I should have been further away from the cookie because I was practically touching the...
No, I let the icing fall. You let the icing fall on it, you see? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to grab these ones here. Let's move it. Now I stuck my hand in it, and we're just going to give it a little dip in the sprinkles. And these sprinkles here are actually not too bad on the teeth. Some of these sprinkles are like concrete. Yeah. And so you don't want to use the super, oh, Ryan, grandma's on. Say hi to your grandmother.
Hello.
Here, Jeremy says you've ruined it. No. All right, so I'm going to move it to the tray. So why don't you try one with the other sprinkles and try to go a little bit higher up. Okay. Maybe I should have went first in the first place, eh?
to show me?
Well, I'm supposed to be the teacher. Here, let me put your hands again.
Okay. Straighten this out.
He's doing pretty good. You guys can't exactly see his hands over there. It's kind of difficult when you're starting to have your hand sideways as you work. No, that's much better. Did that go better?
Yeah, it did go better.
So when you're too close, it kind of like causes a wiggling.
Yeah.
So this the
Still a
tricky
bit of a wiggle.
the tricky part now is picking it up. But here you could doesn't matter. Your fingers are in it. It's your cookie. You'll be eating it. So stick your fingers in it. No problem. It's
Oh my god! I just did it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Give it a good dip. So they're coated. There.
Oh no.
Not quite. Here, why don't you show it to the camera there? Much better, eh?
Oh wait, no, which way? No.
Doesn't matter.
That
Upside
way.
down. There.
Perfect.
Very nice. You won't be able to tell who made who. And then okay, so I'll do one with the sanding sugar. So the color of the icing doesn't really matter when you're coating with the sprinkles, and you could do this in any color palette. The chocolate cookies with pink I find really looks nice. There we go. And now I'll take this. So it is very difficult, beginner or not, to not stick, when you're this close to the edge, to pick up your cookie and not stick your fingers in it. So what I usually do is I would actually have the cookie laying in the tray, pipe in the tray, and then pour the sprinkles over the cookie so that then you can pick it up, because once your stuff is coated, the line, you can actually touch it. Let's say it's too fat or you don't like it, you could actually come in and kind of like handle it a bit and adjust it. You can kind of make it a little bit tidier. So let's see, did anybody ask any questions? Did you want to say something?
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be better to use like the pink if you're using the sanding sugar?
Well, look.
Right? So it like looks more pink instead of having like white behind it. You know?
Yes, good point. Like, see, mine is just a bit darker than yours and it does pop a little bit more.
Yeah.
You're right. It does. It would probably, you know. But again, if you want to start over, you can use your boo-boo stick and scrape off your thing. All right, let's see. Do we have any questions? You see, you got people cheering you on.
Thank you.
He did a good job. You just started in October. Well, it's been a great time to start. We actually are just starting. We're actually tonight. It's what is it? The curfew. We just started a curfew here in Quebec. Got the big notification on our phone. You're only allowed out past 8 if you have a dog to walk. So people are literally charging $100 an hour, renting out their dogs. I mean, who's that desperate to go out that they
actually paying for it though?
Well, it's all listed on Kijiji, and I mean, to pay $100 to go pick up somebody else's dog poop. I mean, I don't really understand it, but yes, the trays are handy. I'm glad that you're enjoying the videos. He's a good sport. He's got, what's a boo-boo stick? Here, why don't you show your boo-boo stick?
Where is it? Where is it?
You have one.
I have one?
Yeah, I gave you a boo-boo stick. Beginners should have a boo-boo stick.
It's something just to scrape the icing off, you know?
So one end is a needle and one end is like essentially a little shovel.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the great trick with the sprinkles. Yeah. The sprinkles that are like rice, like these are called nonpareils. So if you're ordering online, nonpareils are little spheres and sprinkles are like rice. And the rice is good and everything, but it's not as tidy. So when you coat your icing, it tends to look a little psychedelic, you know, like it's sticking out everywhere. So if you want a tidier look, go for the little pearls. They actually have micro pearls, micro nonpareils, which are even more tidy. Oh, you have a 10 o'clock. Us, it's early, 8 o'clock. So 8 till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
These trays I purchased on Amazon. They're called bead trays or funnel trays. You can look for, like, that's the search term. And you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
My Spanish, I'm reading it. That's answer. And I know mucho is a lot, but I'm sorry. Yes, Jimmy's, you're right. That's what they're called. That's what they're called. Yes, the shovel part is handy, Teresa. Meringue powder with sugar in the royal. Yes, that's it. That's the recipe. It's basically, I mean, it's not a very tasty thing, royal icing. It's not like butter and nice, yummy ingredients. It's the cookie that makes it good. Meringue powder and powdered sugar. You can add flavoring. I usually would add lemon juice, but lemon juice and chocolate cookies is yucky.
Well, this is kind of just more for art, you know? These cookies, like they taste
Well,
good.
you ate a lot. Did you like them when you prefer them bare, eh? Did you
Yeah.
prefer them bare? Yeah. Yeah, the trays are great. Yes, that's right. The curfew is the same here. I'm on the South Shore. It's the same. The real name of the boo-boo stick, actually, some people do list it as a boo-boo stick. It's called, what is it called? I have it in my Amazon store. I'm not sure of the real name of a boo-boo stick. Hello, Connie. Hello. It's CK makes that yellow stick. I think it's called yellow stick. You know who sells it? Sweet Sugar Belle sells it. If you look up Sweet Sugar Belle, she sells it. It's a teal version and it's a pack of 3. And so if you look up her gadgets, yes, the turtle was a cute one. Do you remember the turtle?
Yeah.
Yes, Ryan has had a few themed cookies in his day.
Well, my favorite ones my mom's ever made were these controllers, these chocolate controller cookies.
Oh, the video game controllers,
Yeah.
yes. Those were a hit. You brought those to school for your birthday.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy because I used M&Ms for the buttons, eh? They were picking off the M&Ms.
That time I didn't sell them after that.
You didn't sell them after? Those are on Amazon, the bead tray. I think I have it in my Amazon store. I think so. I don't know if it's called a scraper. You might be right, Karen. I'm not 100%.
What would make sense? Cookie scraper. It's for scraping.
Yeah, it could be. Outside at room temperature before packaging. So the cookies with the icing on them, it's overnight. Sometimes it might be, I guess, longer than that, depending on the humidity levels in wherever you're living, because humidity is what like kind of delays the drying process, and it depends too. Like if you want them bagged up and stacked, you want to be really sure they're dry a good 24 hours, just to be sure. Right, Amy? That's all I've ever seen it called, is a boo-boo stick. Hello, Brenda. Of course, that's right. M&Ms for the buttons, and it was a hit. They were cookies with no icing, and I just pressed in the M&Ms and made the buttons, and it was perfect. I didn't have to do too much. So do you want to do the love version? We made a bit of the different ones.
So you do like all 4?
Well, why not? We'll do the full. So I got some cookie cutters because I don't always have the greatest restraint. And this is by Callie again, Sweet Sugar Belle. She has the really nice cutter kits. And this is her little letters. She came out with a little letter kit. And imagine this in a bag. You could do like, you know, the long bags for like pretzel sticks. And you could so we could do like a letter in every color. I love the font. I love the font. I think it's really cute. Yes, it's available at here we stopped getting it at our Michael's, but yes, she was in the past. The sugar cookie recipe is in my group, but Hanielas.com, you'll find a good sugar recipe there. Ryan's hands are going to be tired. Ryan, just before starting, what is it? What kind of a circuit workout?
I just did a work.
Anyway, this is not going to tire him out. A bead tray, not trash. Tray. Yes, well, I think Ryan's going to have a cookie later. They smell good, eh?
Yeah.
You smell the cocoa?
I asked earlier to have one, but they were off limits.
Yes, he can have them after. He can have them after. The wider scraper, I don't have a wider scraper right now. A thingamajiggy. Oh, yes, yes, that's somebody else sells that, the thingamajiggy. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Hello. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Well,
Tidying it up.
Yes, you love the cookies.
I'm watching the live stream.
So it's actually Hanyelis, not, in case, I don't know if that was a typo, but it's H-A-N. My group, it's called Montreal Confections Cookie School. I have it on Patreon, and here, let me just show you here. So it's Montreal Confections Cookie School, and that's both on Facebook and on Patreon. And that's where I have all my tutorials and stuff. Yes, there's the Hans address. Oh yes, Jeremy, he got the COVID. Are you feeling better? Is the family better? Oh no, it's no problem. I figured it was that, but just in case for the other people. Hello, Lillian from Brazil. It's an international night. Okay, so do you want me to start with this love business?
Yeah. Well, should we, do they know that we're doing the exact same thing for these cookies as the hearts?
Yeah.
Because I was confused when
you were confused? Well, it's this basically the same thing. We're just doing a different shapes. Yeah. You want to work in the dark pink? Which outline do you like better? Those sprinkles? Which ones do you like better? Okay, so then you can work in the white.
What would you call them?
Nonpareils. So that doesn't matter.
Put this back here.
Yeah. So we can do a letter in each color after if you want. Right?
Letter in each. Yeah. Sure.
So start with whatever letter you want. It costs $5 a month. The group. Thank you, Amy. So you're feeling better? Yeah, I'm sure it's scary. I mean, I think that for many in the end, it's not so bad, but I mean, you're watching on the news, people are literally dying. So the thought of it is a bit scary. Ryan's actually going back to school, physical school on, is it the 18th is your first day back?
I don't know. I haven't really
so he goes
I'm online for
another week?
Next week.
Another week?
Yeah, and then I go back.
He goes one day and then one day
on, one day off. So one day I'm at home doing online school, one day I'm in school.
In the hopes of reducing the amount of people in the building.
Yeah.
Hello, Patricia. What if we want to fill in with the royal icing? So, well, the outline actually, if you do it this way and you do the outline before you fill, you're going to hide a lot of maybe, if you're a beginner, it's going to hide a portion of the imperfection. So I find that this is the preferred way if you're a beginner. And I don't love a border on top, especially if you're adding sprinkles. They can be flaked off. They're kind of fragile and they can just get knocked off, especially if you're bagging them up. So it's up to you, but I like it better on all on the same level. Oh, lucky you. A lot of people are waiting for that. Hello, Jeanette. All right, so I'll put you in the limelight, Rue, but if you want, I'll start.
Okay,
you want to watch me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, here, let me put me there then.
Okay, I use this color? I use the...
Use what? Did I open it?
Yeah, you opened it.
Okay. So it's exactly the same thing now. You see, I'm dropping the line down. If you're really close to the cookie, I find that it just does a really jagged edge. If you let the line fall, the icing is coming out. It's like a round, like a spaghetti. So if you let it Well, I can actually do them all. So nonpareil dries surprisingly fast with regards to securing sprinkles to the surface of, like if you're planning on using nonpareil sprinkles and you're doing like a tray of cookies, by the time you get to, let's say, the 12th cookie, you say, oh, and then I'm going to do my sprinkles, they're not going to stick. They already start crusting and the nonpareil don't stick. Sanding sugar is not the case. That doesn't need a lot of moisture to be secured to the cookie. So you might, Ryan, want to dunk after each cookie, not what I'm doing, because I'm going to use the sanding sugar.
Okay.
But the nonpareil, it doesn't take much and they don't stick anymore. So let's say you're making flour cookies and you want to add nonpareil to the middle or something like that. Really not long before they're just going to roll right off the cookie and fall off. So you want to just factor that in if you're working.
Right.
So just, if you're new to my cookie stuff, I just like kind of crank that out. I've made thousands of cookies. So this is not, yes, it's a beginner video, but I'm not a beginner. So don't get discouraged because I make it look easy. It's not easy because I've done it 1,000 times and that takes work.
You'll see mine right after.
So you see, you get a really nice outline on your cookies. And I like the look of the sanding sugar. It makes them look a little bit like special. You know, they look a little sparkly. There. Here, I'll move the, it's tough to pick them up. If you don't want to get like the edge messed up, you might want to sprinkle. So you put them in the tray and then you pipe and then you sprinkle your icing on. And then be careful too. You see I'm squishing the icing down because there's not enough like deep sugar and it's flattening out the icing. So if you're
drying.
No, it's because there's not a lot of sanding sugar. So when I'm dunking, I'm actually like squishing down the line. Okay. My spaghetti's turning into a pancake. So I'm going to switch your camera, Ryan. So there you go.
Start with the L.
My Rose, my hands are not really resting on the table. I steady one hand with the other hand. You had a mild case. Well, I think it has to do with your existing antibodies, I would presume. I'd imagine that's why some people get through it better than others.
Get this over here.
You have super antibodies. Oh, spaghetti into linguine. Yes, I mixed up my noodles. That's right. That's a good point. See, look at, isn't that nice? It's perfect. Yes, it looks great. Yes.
When I'm piping.
Here, do you want me to wipe this for you?
That's fine.
Well, just so that you don't stick your arm in it. There you go.
Okay. This one I think is going to be harder because this is circles.
Oh yes, the circle is a bit trickier, I have to say, but you'll hide that. You'll hide that. Are you decorating, Amy? Yeah, nobody understands it very well. Yes, it came out perfect. Oh, look at you. A future decorator, yes. Well, Ryan, look, it is in his blood. He's got royal icing in his veins.
That actually turned out better than I thought.
Yeah, look at that.
When I stuck my thumb in it.
Oh, did you stick your thumb in the cookie or what was on the thing? Just flip it over and throw it in the sprinkles. Nobody's going to know. Yes, exactly. And so the great thing, like I mentioned, Ryan, is you can actually touch it. Once it's coated, if let's say you wanted to fix something and like bring it more, you know what I mean? Like because it's coated with the little sprinkles, you can kind of adjust it with your boo-boo stick or your fingers. You can kind of like fix your line, you know?
Okay.
So this will be available on replay, but also the actual like full tutorial is on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it, the original version of this video. Yes, June wants you to launch your cookie cutter business. Ryan's using his homework as an excuse to not make cutters for me.
Cookie cutters.
Yes. Yes, Ryan is killing it. Look at you.
Messed up at the end. There was a bit of a squiggle, but
You hit it?
the rest was good.
That's it. You have to get the sprinkle, the nonpareils sprinkles. Look at, I mean, this is like if you're, locked up because of all this nonsense, this is a great activity. Not a lot of supplies. You'll find I created a shoppable photo on my Amazon store, and you can, get your supplies reasonably priced. The nonpareils are not an expensive thing. The fancy sprinkles are like $10 a bottle, but the nonpareils you can get, I think, $3. And it's not, that's not so bad. And then your meringue powder, or you can get royal icing mix if you want, and then make a batch of cookies. Look at that, you're a natural. So if you want, now's the easy part. You can flood. I could flood them all? If you want, yeah.
With white?
Ryan, they're your cookies, whatever you want to do. And if you want, do we do a wet on wet just to show the...
Wet on what?
I can't even tell which one's yours and which one's mine.
This one you could tell because it's hanging off of it.
Oh, okay, so I'll take this one. Now I stuck my finger in it because they were like a little bit, see what happens with, I'll just show here. I'm gonna go to my camera. So here I picked it up and the icing line moved a little bit, and so then it cracked, and look, it fell right off the cookie. So royal icing is a bit fragile, you see, so I'm just going to do a little repair job. A little fix here. I'm just adding a little line of icing, and then I'll do a little dunk over there. There we go. Okay, so when you do flood with wet on wet icing, the only thing that's kind of important is having all the icing the same consistency. If, let's say, you do like the first color and then you come in with a thicker icing, well, that icing won't be super flat. And if you come in with an icing that's runnier, when it dries, it's actually going to make a hole. It's going to make a dent. It's going to dry like a concave.
So like what's what? It's like making a design on top of it. Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, yeah. So now I'm working in. Oh, I'll do. So I'm pushing up against the border here. You see, and so if your icing line isn't to your liking, you're hiding that imperfection. You see, so I'm just tucking my line up against that sprinkle line. So I'm going to do two lines of this. Is it my camera that's on now?
Yeah, it is your camera.
So I'll do this, and then I'll come in with the darker there. And then you can do whatever you want, but just to show. So you're...
It's going to be a bunch of different colors. It's going to be a rainbow.
Well, it's not technically a rainbow, but just to show how it all kind of goes together. This one is a bit thicker, I think, my boo.
Using all of them?
I'm going to use them all. I'm going crazy. So then, once you've got them all on, all right, then you can take your boo-boo stick or your toothpick, whatever you have at your house, and I'm just going to go around. And you see I'm just doing a circular motion all around. And it kind of like mixes the colors. And then the other little thing you can do so you don't have to pick it up is I'll just stab it like this and then kind of rock it. And that causes the icing to kind of self-level. Here I have a little hole from my stab mark, but there you have the icing kind of like flattens. You can play around with the icing. That's the cool thing of royal icing is you see how flat when I tilt it in the light? So you can do stripes, you can do dots, you can do literally, you can write your name, write your sweetheart's name.
I'm gonna do dots.
You're gonna do dots?
That seems like the most beginner thing.
Well, the tricky thing about the dots is getting them all the same size.
It'll be a variety.
All
That's
right.
the design.
Okay, good. Good. Some sprinkles, that's a possibility, I guess. I personally have not had the bleeding of nonpareils sprinkles. Yes, to black pearls. You know, like that can be an issue. If you get PME, usually that's not so bad. Hi, Mary Jean.
You're supposed to stay close.
You can actually stick your whole piping bag in it. I find that when you put the piping bag in the icing, you can kind of use it to like kind of flatten. You know what I mean, Rue?
Yeah.
You can kind of use it as the needle almost, your piping bag, and then you can just wipe it with your. I find that if you keep like a wet dish towel handy, it's just good to wipe your hands if you get like icing on your fingers and stuff. And you can just fiddle with the surface a little bit so that it self-levels. Like I got a chocolate cookie crumb in my icing because I'm working on chocolate cookies. So you can just stab the little like crumb into the icing. Just sink it in there.
Does it just set by itself?
Oh, here, give me that, and I'll give you mine. Switcheroo.
I don't think I need it.
You're okay. So you can pick it up if you can, Rue, not stick your fingers in it, and then you can just shake it. If you shake it, usually that's what's going to heal it. And you have to have a certain. See how much I have? It makes like a bubble. Did you put maybe
more?
No, it looks good. You can do your dots now. You can do your dots.
Do it with this.
Oh, that'll be good.
Do it with darker pink.
So it's just, you can match your icing with your sprinkles and, you know, just play around with the designs. And worst case, if you don't like something you did, you can scrape it off and start again.
Okay.
Did it not go well? I'm not looking.
It didn't go
as planned. Pick it up and shake it. Should flatten. Give it a shake. Where's my other?
It's
not going. You know what? It'll taste just the same.
Yeah, it's good.
There.
We'll go to the next one. Next one, I'll try something different.
Yeah, get experimental.
I'll still do a white back.
You're still sticking with your white? Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Mary Jean. This is Ryan.
Yeah.
Yes, we're using the same outline and flood, the same icing. Well, if it's to work his hand muscles, it's a great thing for kids. Mary Jean says you do the dots better than her.
Thank you. It's my first time ever doing it.
Yes, that's it. You can drag through the dots and make hearts through. Did you see that in the video before?
That's what I was going to do just now.
Oh, you're going to do that on that one? Well, good. He's read your thoughts.
Yeah. Great minds think
See,
alike.
he's hogging all the icing.
Sorry, here you go. Do I use this one again, or do I use a lighter one?
Well, honestly, the lighter one probably won't show that much.
Okay.
So you better stick with your dark.
So we'll see. Only watched it once. Let's see if I remember how to do it good.
Yes, let's see. Let's see.
For the dots.
Yeah?
You just like how do you when you do the outline, you hold it up high and then
Well, I don't
you
even
just put it into the icing.
No, it has like I basically just let the dot come out of the piping bag and then I touch the surface of the icing. You really don't need a lot of icing to make a dot. Like you're basically just touching the, you know what I mean? Did you kind of get the gist of it?
A bit, yeah. So we'll see. See this one. This will be
Let's see the hearts. So why don't you just go all the way around? Do you know what I mean? So then you'll have your hearts.
all the way around?
So just go like that. The hearts will be like go all the way around all your dots. And then you have hearts all the way around. There.
Looks like a wreath.
That's it. It's Christmas and Valentine's Day.
That worked better.
Well, it's kind
Seems
of
like if you do a circle, it makes it a bit simple.
Exactly. And then you have your little hearts all the way around.
Okay. Now this one, you think I should do a different color?
Well, do what you want. I'm going to let go of it. I'm not going to get anal about it.
Okay. I think I'm going to try to do what you did. That one.
You're going to just do that? Okay. No problem. I'm going to grab the darker icing. Oh, it's okay. I should have made a piping bag for each of us, but I figured I'd cut on the prep, and it, it's like. So here, this one, mine, the outline wasn't great, so this will hide it. These are the good size.
Let's swap.
These are the good size cookies. You can just put one whole one in your mouth, right?
The love cookie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There. Is my camera? Should I go like that? There. I just did full colors on mine. Well, I have to go this way.
Okay.
So I just looking, do the swirl, but I think you maybe not quite put enough icing, but it's fine. Did you want to swirl it around, or you're just going to leave it?
I'll swirl. It'll fix it.
Swirling will fix it. Do the swirling. There. There shouldn't be any pressure. This is fun, so we don't need to be stressed out about, it should be relaxing. There.
Identical.
Identical. Yes, try it. And why don't you have your grandson over and do it? Oh, well, I don't know if you can with the quarantine stuff, but if you can, do it together. It's a nice activity.
Okay. I'm on my last one now.
That's nice, Debbie. That's fun that you're enjoying it.
I'll do it for this one. I'll make sure to put extra. Okay. Is there another design I should do?
Rue, you could do stripes.
What do you mean stripes? Like I do all one color and then I lay it on top? Okay.
You could do some
Let's do that.
little plaid action or stripes, whatever you want to do. I work very hard not to micromanage Ryan.
Well, I'm already doing it perfect.
You are. Yes. I am a hoverer. Wouldn't you say, Ryan?
Yeah, a little bit. But
I'm a little bit of a mother hen.
you need a bit more.
You're going to put a little bit more icing?
Yeah.
I think it looks great. So when you're adding a second color, sometimes you have to go don't put too much depending on the design you anticipate putting, because it can cause the icing to spill over. Yeah, no, I don't want, Jeremy, I don't want him in therapy.
What was the comment?
If Ryan messes up a little, mock and ridicule him for months. Helicopter decorator, yes, that's it.
How do you make it not like when you lift up, like this,
Yeah, the pull at the end, you have to stop squeezing before you anticipate ending. So as you know you're going to end, and it's practice knowing how the icing cuts. I mean, it's all, you know, like this is your first time. By the second time, usually it's a bit easier.
Second time I'll be a pro.
Well, you'll be that much better. Yes, you had to. That's right, June. We have to eat the defective ones.
You go, we're both done.
You'll make her. We're both done our love. I'll give you mine and you can give me yours.
Great idea.
All right, so let's do one more heart and then we can start eating some cookies.
Okay.
So what are you going to do on
I'll
yours?
grab this one because I use the circle one.
The dots?
Yeah. So now I'll use like the, I don't know, I forget the name of it. This one, the sparkly one I'll use.
Oh, the sanding sugar. So do you, what color icing do you want?
Oh, I'm hogging them again.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
He's
He's loosening up. I can tell. He's getting funny. So what do you? Which one do you want?
I don't know what I forgot all the designs.
Well, there was dots. There was stripes. There was feathering. You know what? Then you pass the line. So you do stripes across, and then you pull. Like here. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you go first. Wait, yeah, swap it to your camera.
Swap out my camera. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Jeremy feels bad for you. A zigzag. Lines and then a zigzag. That kind of like an Easter egg, right, June? So I'm cutting a bigger hole just because when you're filling in a hole like cookie like that, you have a super small hole. It just takes more time for no reason. And then also the cookie literally, the icing literally has time to dry. So when you're doing wet on wet designs, not ideal when you come back to it and that the surface is already dry. So if your hole is a bit bigger, if you're making them like, for example, all the same kind of design, well, it just, if you know your base is a certain color, cut that hole a bit bigger. But then don't go too crazy filling because you'll get like too much icing on your cookies. I add brown sugar to my chocolate cookies. I find that it makes them a little chewier. And so now I'm just grabbing this light blue and I'm going to add just a stripe all across. So if I'm not mistaken, this is called feathering. This is what you'd see on a millefeuille, Ryan.
Yeah?
Yeah, you like the millefeuilles, eh?
Yeah, millefeuilles are good. Wait, Jeremy said to do a marble effect.
Oh,
What's a marble effect?
Well, we'd need a bowl to put a bunch of icing in it. I didn't plan on that.
It's a bit too fancy, a bit too complicated. Well,
it's not complicated. It's just I don't have the supply for it right now. Where's my needle? Oh, here it is. So now I've got my lines in and it's not my camera. Here. And so I can see the icing is a bit thick. I tend to work in a thick icing. Just, I like the look of like a kind of not so flat on the cookie surface.
Are you just grazing the top? Or
yeah. And we're going to give it a little shake. And you see if you tilt it. It's not perfect, but it's all that it needs to be. You see?
There's no such thing as perfection, but it's close as you could get right now.
Well, I mean, no, it could be more perfect.
Could be more perfect.
It could be, but it's not too bad.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I have no idea.
The science box.
So is it your turn? It's your turn. Are you going to do this?
I'll try it.
You'll try it? All right.
Should I use blue? No.
Well, use this just because I made a bigger hole.
Okay.
For the base so that you can work a little bit faster. Okay? You're going to try to get fancy and show your surface?
Yeah. Let's try it. I'll make sure to put it on icing. I think it's
At the end, if you think you have enough ice, you can just use the end of the piping bag to kind of swirl the icing around so that it kind of like,
So it covers all the.
yeah, the holes. So the cookie won't self-level if the icing isn't like all connecting, you know, like yeah.
Oh, okay, what I did.
Oh, we have a little bit of a situation.
I was wondering why it was running out so fast.
You were feeling
I
a
just blew it
cookie
up.
here. Here, it's going up his arm. He doesn't even know his own strength. There.
There we go.
All right, so you kind of have to work fast
Okay.
so that you can get your next color in. So I'm
Grab
going to
this
go
one.
and just rinse these out so that we have the cloth. See, you asked why I wanted to have wet cloths while we're working. That's why.
Okay. So I'm just going to do some lines. Copy what my mother did. Try to replicate it as close as possible. There we go. Now for some dark pink lines. Okay. There we go. Try to make them as straight as possible and right in the middle of in between the blue lines. And there we go. I might put them up here. There we go. Now I'll grab the boo-boo stick and do some lines here. Go. Kind of hiding the mistakes, which is good. Shake it out. And it's all good. It's all done. Well, it's overflowing a bit, but it's fine. We're good. And that's my zebra effect.
Very nice, very nice. For me, Jeremy, the marble, I don't know all the terms. So is this feathering? I thought this was maybe feathering. So marbling, I thought it was when they dump a bunch of colors in a bowl and they just dunk the cookie. And Ryan, awesome job, but I was at the sink cleaning the cloths there, and I was particularly entertained mostly with your commentating. Ryan's always the first one at school to put his hand up to do the oral presentations. He's a natural. That was very good. You were talking, like, some people find it difficult to talk as they work. You're doing a good job.
And it still came out as a good product.
It's perfect.
You know?
It's perfect. Is that for your
I
father?
don't have to sacrifice anything. Of course. This is, wait, which one's, I'll give this one to Dad.
You can give that one to Dad?
It's
Is this your confinement
I'm
assignment?
shameful of.
Yes.
This one,
You don't like that one? You're going to give it to Dad?
Yeah.
Hey, is this your confinement assignment?
Yeah. It's my confinement.
I have to say, we've been, it's been pretty strict here in Quebec. It's been since March. I mean, I haven't driven you too crazy.
No.
And the feeling is mutual. We've been surviving. It's been okay. It's been okay.
Jesus, I got icing on my pants too much.
And you did? Your grandma's cheering you on.
Oh, thank you. Put all my cookies in a row. See, it's perfect.
It's perfection.
It's like a Valentine's Day card. It's a perfect combo. It's a gift.
He gave great discounts. I don't know to what.
Well, I did give great discounts. I'd only give discounts to my friends, but I remember this one time I sold it to this kid in the line. I mean, he was a guy I talked to every day. And I sold it to him for like $3 and I felt bad. So then I gave him his money back.
Here.
You were not do that. Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a cookie decorator now. I've been
Perspective during COVID, yes. Well, you know, years from now, we'll look at this as, I think, good memories. I mean, you're forced to stay with your family. Usually teenagers are running away from their parents. Now most of them are locked up with them. It's either going to make them make stronger families, or basically everybody's going to be estranged.
They're going to make it or break it.
Make it or break it, that's right. Yes, Ryan, I would say, I have two children, and I would say Ryan is the one personality, humor-wise, is closest to mine. Right?
Yeah.
he'll go a little bit too much on his sister sometimes there. As soon as he sees he's got her annoyed, oh boy, he goes for the kill. He goes for the kill. Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered it. If you guys, here, let me just take our hands out. Remove. There we are. Here, Ryan, don't back away from them. Don't back away so they can see your curls. All right, so thanks everybody for joining us. We're at an hour. It flew by, right? Did you have the best time with your mother?
Having fun.
Hey?
Yeah, best time.
Best time memories.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys will try it yourselves. And this video is on, it's called, I have 2 YouTube channels. And one of them is called Cookie Step by Step. That's where I have like my speaking tutorials. And on my Choke Confections now, I'm doing only the instrumental. It has to do with the algorithm. If you have long videos and short videos, it messes up the algorithm. So that's why I have 2 channels. And I think I have it on Facebook, but it's just a fast version of the video. So thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys will try it. Ryan, would you recommend it?
Recommend it to everybody. 10 out of 10.
Is it
Best
is it
activity.
it's best? Well, it's maybe not the best, but it's
fine.
It's a little bit entertaining, right? And then if you know you're going to be eating cookies after.
Well, that's the whole point of doing it.
Exactly. So thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And I'll be back on Tuesday with my friend Amy. We're making Valentine's snowflakes. So see you.
Thank you, Grandma. Saw that.
So bye everybody. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you Tuesday. Ryan won't be there.
Yeah, I won't be there. I'll have to miss it.
All right. Bye everybody.
Oh, wrong way. Oh, wait, wrong hand. Bye.